What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Armada Thrust, and in G1, Thrust was a very different color scheme, as this is clearly just a pseudo-name drop, I suppose. There are some characteristics shared as the Conehead that we'll see in a robot mode, and this incarnation was also used as the basis as the Bumblebee movie incarnation of Thrust, as evident by the color scheme of green, the lime green. And before we get into the figure proper, let's take a look at his Minicon partner, Inferno. And yeah, this is not an Inferno that you've ever heard of. The only real defining characteristic of this little Minicon is his face sculpt, which is quite unique. And he can also hold this huge cannon on the side of his arm. His alt mode does fare a bit better than the robot mode, being a kind of missile-carrying truck. You know, one of like 18 of these Minicon varieties. But he still does look quite nice. Now let's take a look at the actual figure. And he turns into this very nice jet mode, which has like a blade in the middle, like a VTOL, I guess. I don't really know. It's kind of there. It's kind of cool, kind of weird. He's also got this very, very nice like worn effect or camouflage to it, and the on camera really does it justice. Actually, in person it doesn't look as good. And it's also kind of like weathered. It looks very good, very, very good in person and on camera. He's also got these missiles, but they kind of suck, so I'm not going to be firing them. I'm very glad he actually comes with landing gear, because if he doesn't, if you don't use it, he just kind of face plants. Also, he rolls very good, like very good on the landing gear, which is kind of odd. Now, for his Minicon combining gimmick, you want to take Inferno and place him in the back tray here. I'd call it a tray. You just put it in there, and there's the combine mode. I don't know how to feel about it. It's very much an afterthought, like not thought out at all. He just kind of plunks in there and doesn't even look that subtle while doing it. You can also fire the missile, as I just messed it up, but you can also fire the missile. Now let's get him into robot mode. I do want to point out some of the bits of transformation here, though. This is really cool. I really like the way the cockpit works here. His head is actually a technical faux part, but it also goes right where the actual cockpit is. So I find it very cool that there's a secondary cockpit right underneath the actual cockpit. And here in robot mode, he's a bit wibbly. He's pretty much a brick, and yet he's also very wibbly. And also make sure to plug in the legs on the sides, otherwise they won't stay in place. Also, the back tray just kind of flips off, So as for his Minicon gimmick and his robot mode, you can't even really use his Minicon because it'll cause the missile to fire, and his Minicon's just a little bit too big to do it properly. So you want to bring in a slightly smaller Minicon, and you plug it in, and there's also a little bit of transformation required to get him into this mode, and then you just move it up and down, and it swirls this around, I guess. I don't know. I saw it in the show, and it creates a tornado effect, but it's just really weird, and it doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of the line and what the other Minicons do. It's just kind of really weird in what it does. Very wacky concept. As a figure in himself, he's not very good. I honestly wouldn't really recommend it, but I mean, for $20, it's not bad. Maybe even $25. I don't know. He's just not great. He's just okay. And he's just kind of an average Armada toy. Nothing special, nothing cool. And I don't know even how to explain it. I guess all there is to it is he's just okay.